You're now watching Sports Bettor's Paradise on the BetRivers Network.
All right, Jimmy, I'm with you here on the Sports Bettor's Paradise, the BetRivers Network. All-Star break in. So we kind of look back and, man, our Paul Skeens action is getting a little run, to say the least. I mean, I've evaluated it about 55-1. Man, he's down to 5-1 at a lot of places right now. You know, and it probably shouldn't matter, but getting that attention from being named the All-Star starter. And how soon did they do that as well? But he's doing things historically almost every outing. And maybe, just maybe, we don't expect him to qualify for the ERA stat with 162 innings pitched. That's just not going to happen the way they are managing him. But hey, he's doing different things every time out. So we'll keep an eye on that one. Good stuff going on right there. And he might get another little spike if he strikes out the side or something in the All-Star game on Tuesday night. But, the SEC takes advantage of this little break and does their SEC Media Days during the All-Star break every year. In the SEC, been going to the SEC Media Days, was downtown Birmingham. They moved it to suburban Hoover at the Winfrey Hotel, occasionally in Atlanta or Nashville. Well, as soon as the Burnt Orange come into the league, here we come. Let's go kiss some ass and go do the Media Days in Dallas. Not only did they kiss the Big Orange's ass with the accommodating their media in their light travel schedule, but they also they decided for this one-year schedule mate, for everybody in the league to play either Oklahoma or Texas. One, but only one. So 7 will play. They'll play each other and in Dallas, and then the other 7 teams. So we rank the teams top half and bottom half. Texas drew one of the top half. Now, they drew the biggest dog, and that's the Georgia Bulldogs, but they do have them at home. All of the others are on the bottom half of the projections for this 2024 college football season. Oklahoma, well, they got the horns up. They ain't no doubt. They up their backside because they drew all the tough ones. Oklahoma's got a very, very tough schedule. Texas, including, look, your road games. Your road games are so tough in the league. Let's give them Vandy as one of their road games. So it could not be easier. Their non-conference schedule is at Michigan. That's a big one. It's not last year's Michigan team. Everybody's gone. Record number of draftees from Michigan. Oh, and by the way, their coach is gone as well. I know he was absent a couple of games last year, but he was coaching in game planning and also delivering some in-game advice as well. Shutting down the offense in the second half against Penn State. So they catch Michigan at a great time early in the season. Even though it's at the big house, they should be fine there. Texas at minus 225 seems to be a little steep, but and I will give them credit. They are SEC built in the trenches as well. Experienced quarterback. Good thing for Arch Manning, at least he can do with their NI investment on him, is provide some quality depth at quarterback. So Texas minus 225 to make the playoff. I don't think they're going to win it. I don't think they're going to win the conference. I think they'll get to the SEC championship game and lose it, but their path could not have been made any easier by a lot of contributing circumstances, including the lead office and Greg Sankey. So Texas minus 225 to make the playoff. And then Ole Miss, the Runts. The Runts have never even made it to Atlanta or Birmingham for the SEC championship game. But one of the big deals in the SEC this year is the schedule because they're breaking up the divisions. The West has been much tougher for most of the years. After Spurrier and Fulmer left, the East, it's been lopsided. I mean, not quite the Big Ten West and East, but it's been much heavier in the SEC West. So Ole Miss avoids Alabama for the first time in a long time. They do host Georgia. That's a tough one, okay, but they have them at home. They'll be favored in the other 10 games in a slight 3-point dog in Baton Rouge against LSU. Well, I think they match up pretty well. Lane Kiffin being under-resourced for most of the time. It's life at Ole Miss. You don't have the budget that Alabama, LSU, Georgia, and Tennessee and others have. But he does have enough money. He knows how to work the portal. He's embraced it. And a lot of his competition are going through a little transitional issues right now. So Ole Miss is finally going to get it done. They're going to get into the playoff this year. Again, the schedule is favorable. The non-conference schedule is a joke. That's pretty bad. That's kind of embarrassing, actually. But that's where they've been having to schedule because playing in the SEC West. Not the case this year. They get it prepped. Jackson Dart, he's okay, but he's back for a third year as a starter. That's a luxury, and we know that Lane Kiffin, let's face it, man, a little bit immature, a lot of immature off the field, but he can coach during the game. He's not afraid. Ole Miss minus 143 to make the college football playoff. It's British Open week, and let's go to Royal Troon. And, the big thing about Royal Troon this week is, well, you're always concerned about the weather. And the weather is, high in the low 60s all week. 50 to 60% chance of rain. Seems like every day, huh? And then Thursday, and then listen, 10 to 15 mile per hour winds. Friday, 10 to 15, but gusts up to 25. Saturday, 10 to 15 mile per hour winds. And then Sunday, gusts up to 30. Now, here's the tricky part. It changes a lot. This is as of early in the week, but we will see. But it will be a factor, but we don't think it's terribly advantageous for one group or the other. So Scotty Scheffler is your favorite at betrivers right now. We're going to have to pass on him. He struggles in these links courses, at least to his standards. But we'll see. What kind of maybe a possible long shot? A lot of people looking at Rory McIlroy, and a lot of people looking at Ludwig Åberg. Åberg is 12-1 to win the Scottish Open, and then 12-1 right now. I was all set to take him. He collapses on Sunday, and maybe his odds, and because he's heavily bet, he's a popular pick by the betting market. But you're not just getting honest odds with him. No way he should be the same odds to win the British Open as he was to win the Scottish Open. So anyway, we're going to pass on him. I was all set. But then looking at a little bit of a Sunday issue with him as well. That was out of nowhere with his poor Sunday showing. Looked like he was just basically, it was just a matter of a formality on the Sunday round, but not the case. But we're going to go with a couple of guys, and let's go and first at 40-1, plus 4,000, Patrick Cantlay. Hell of a run. Just couldn't get enough birdies on that back nine at the U.S. Open, but that great run at the U.S. Open tells me he may be ready. Again, he's 40-1. So taking a little bit of a shot, the slow play, the regrips, we get it. He's not the most popular golfer, but my man can play. And we think that 40-1 is some value there. And then a guy who's not afraid to win, he doesn't have any Sunday issues because if he's around, he's going to have a shot. Hideki Matsuyama right now at betrivers is plus 5,500. 55-1. His last 10 tournaments, 5 of them, he's finished top 8. So he's in good form. He can handle this. He's got familiarity playing over here for a number of years, and we know with his wins in majors, he is a guy that can finish as well. So a little Patrick Cantlay at 40-1 and Hideki Matsuyama at 55-1. Football and golf this week on the Sports Bettor's Paradise. I'm Jimmy Ott here on the Bet Rivers Network.